Google just released Nano Banana, an AI model so powerful, Peter Levels tweeted it's the opportunity of a lifetime. But most people cannot code. So I'm going to show you how to turn this breakthrough into a real business using nothing but AI and smart prompting. You don't need any coding background. I'll walk you through step by step to go from nothing to a deployed micro SaaS in under 1 hour. For those new here, over the past 5 years, me and my team have helped 100 plus founders build and launch their startups using AI and no code. I love sharing everything we learn on YouTube and my school community. Let's get started. I wanted something fun for the tutorial. So here's what we're going to be building. Just Habibi come to Dubai visualizer. If I upload one of my photos, let me just upload a selfie here and see what magic Google's Nano Banana model can do. That's me on a camel, and that's me with some Lamborghini in the background. This was just some random concept I came up with in the morning, nothing serious. I just wanted something fun. There is a share URL which people can share around, and it's powered using the Nano Banana model. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is to sign up to a platform called github.com. This is like Google Drive. This is where your code is going to live. You can sign up for free. After you sign up, it'll ask you to create what's called a repository. That's kind of like a folder in your Google Drive. When you create a new repository, just give it any name. Habibi Dubai, whatever. Make sure to choose the visibility as private. You don't want your code to be public, and everything else can be left as defaults. Now this repository is blank. We're going to go click this create a code space. This is going to create a virtual computer in the cloud with all of my environment set up. So I don't have to bother too much about my local computer, Windows, Mac, whatever. I'm not installing anything on my local computer. I'll just start working in the cloud as I go along. So this computer has now powered up in the cloud and I'm here. Let me just delete this readme MD file because I need to allow clipboard. I just clicked right click. So I need to allow clipboard. That's fine. Right click and delete because I'm going to be installing a particular base boilerplate for the foundation. All right, starting with a blank slate can be overwhelming. I'm just going to use one command to initialize a basic repository and install our base design system. I'm going to go here in the terminal and type npx shadcn at latest init. If you want to know more about what this is, drop a comment below and I'm happy to answer it. But just use the default options. In the project name, instead of my app, I'm going to use dot because I already have my repository set up. I want it set up here. I don't want to make another folder in my repository and go there. That just makes things complicated later on. So dot, enter. It's going to ask me for what color scheme. Just use neutral for the base color. All right, so my design system has now been set up. Now I want to just run something and see what's going on. The magic words are npm run dev. I press enter and it just starts running in the browser. I see this modal here. Your application is running, open in browser, click here, and it's going to open and preview whatever I just set up. It's going to be blank and just a simple, get started, Next.js, just clean buttons, nothing special about it. But I know that my base design system is working now. I can just close this by Control C and I'm back to my terminal. The next step, we don't want to write code for our application. We want to use AI. So which AI agent should I choose? The one that comes out of the box, this one is GitHub's Copilot. It's okay. I'd say it's free, but it's a little basic. There's a few options. If you've got a ChatGPT subscription that comes built in with Codex CLI GPT-5, the best model at the moment, September 2025. If you've got a Gmail account, or you can just sign up to a free Gmail account, Gemini CLI has a very generous free tier, 60 requests per minute, 1,000 per day. That's a whole bunch, and you won't be able to exhaust that easily. My personal favorite is Claude Code, but this is paid. We've got the max subscription. So whichever agent you use, of these three, they'll be able to handle it. Will Copilot be able to handle what I'm about to show? Possibly, but unlikely. Maybe in agent mode, but slightly unlikely. So my recommendation would be free Gemini. If you've got ChatGPT, this one. If you've got Claude, this one. But the technique and tools remain the same. So I'm just going to copy this command here And they all have the same command, npm install, npm install. It's very similar, npm install something. So I'm going to paste it here, press enter, and it's going to install Claude Code here. Now, for Gemini, you need to type Gemini. For Codex, you need to type Codex. For Claude, you need to type, as you guessed it, Claude. So this is going to start, and it's just walking me through some introductory. I've already got the subscription, so I'm going to use the subscription. I'm going to log into this URL. And because I'm already logged in to my account, I'll just authorize it and it'll give me some code. So this particular modal, don't open this one. Click cancel. Because we're in a cloud computer, we need to do things slightly differently. If you're doing it on your computer, it'll be like that. But because we're using code spaces in cloud computer, I just copied the command and opened it manually. So I've got my code. I'm gonna paste it here. Most CLI tool login agents, they follow like this. Gemini is going to do this, take you somewhere, click yes, and then yeah, link it. So now Claude is installed. It says it can make mistakes, but it's really smart. I'll just use the recommended settings. And I do trust this folder. Now, the first command to run is /init for Claude. Others have their own ways to navigate and understand the code base. Or if they don't have a /init command, just say read the entire code base and understand it. What it does is just understand, oh, we are this design system, shared CN, we are using Next.js, yada, yada, yada. Now I understand my code base. All right. So while this is cooking, I'm going to talk about what our next step is going to be. Now we can't just easily go, give me an AI generator using banana dev. I want to upload a file and give it to me. What we should do is go to some AI agent like Gemini or Copilot and ask it to generate a PRD, a product requirements document. Now, what does a PRD look like? I've already created it using AI for this particular AI app. It just gives a little bit of an overview. What are the core features? I want to be able to upload photos. I want to use AI transformation using Google's Nano Banana model. I've got a few styles. I've got results displayed in a responsive layout, design branding, the UI framework. All this is AI generated. You just go to Gemini or wherever and it's like, give me a PRD. So let me just demonstrate it. I'd like a PRD for a new AI generator web app SaaS using Google's Nano Banana image model. I want to simply upload a photo and it will then process it and then show me 3 results of the prompts are more like Dubai influencer style. If I upload my selfie, I get one photo of me camel riding, one photo in front of Burj Khalifa, and one photo in front of a supercar. Yeah, that's all I give. I didn't do much, and it actually had some typos. Butch, I have no idea what it's going to do with that. So vision, target, user stories, core functionality, AI image. There's a whole bunch. Yeah, it understood I meant Burj Khalifa. And this PRD is what gives our AI agent here the entire context. Oh, so it's run the /init command and it's asking me should allow me to make edits. And I said yes. So now this file explains the rest of the project to Claude. Going back to where we were, I could use this PRD, but I've already prepared one. And I'm just going to copy this, Control A, right click, copy as Markdown. Markdown is preferred in the world of like code here. I'm just going to make a new folder, docs. I'm going to make a new file, prd.md, and I'm going to paste it here. Control S to save it. And now that this file is here, I'm just going to say read docs/prd.md. All right. So what did I just do? I've installed Claude, I've generated a PRD, and I've pasted the PRD here. Now I'm asking Claude to read it and understand it. Think of Claude or AI agent Gemini as like a very junior developer who's sometimes super smart. If I ask it something very precise, it's super smart. But if I ask it vague thing, it's a bit dumb in that sense. So yeah, it's read the PRD and now it knows what to do. So if I go back and show the app that I'd made, just as a refresher, we've got one page. It's got a large upload photo and I can place a selfie here. And then when I click, I see some type of loading thingy, and after it's done, it will display the results page. So I've got 3 pages here. The first one, which is landing page where I upload stuff, the second one, which is the loading state, and the third one, which is the results page. Okay. That's creepy if I'm honest, by the way. Now, let's come up with a plan to make the landing page. Yeah, that's it. The best pattern you want to use is let's come up with a plan and then let's make it fundamentally. If you don't use planning, like even the PRD is a element of that. Plan, make sure the AI understands the plan and then let it execute the plan. So it's asked me, okay, so I'm ready to code. I need the page structure and hero section. I need some preview cards. I need some upload component. I need some image preview. I need to apply some branding. I need to do some responsive design. Yes, and auto accept edits. I'm feeling happy with the plan. I'll just click yes and auto accept these edits and get myself some tea. While you're waiting for AI, why don't you just press that subscribe button? It really helps motivate me to keep sharing more and more videos on YouTube. Thanks. So now that Claude is done, Claude is saying, should I run the dev server and check? Let's let it run it and see what happens. So let's open this in the browser. Pretty decent. I've got my basic landing page up. Of course, I can polish it and everything, but I'd like to mad dash to the whole app first. So I don't really know what all this means, but it's working, so I'm fine with it. What is the next key step? I want to make this thing work. So at the moment, it's not going to work, obviously, because nothing happened. There's no button, nothing's here. Because I haven't actually integrated Nano Banana here, you can go direct to Google's AI Studio. So it says our landing page is now ready. The upload functionality and the rest of the AI transformation backend has not been implemented yet. So how do we implement the actual AI backend? That's easy. We are using Google's Gemini Nano Banana model. Now we can go straight to Google. Google's AI Studio is possible, but it's a little bit complicated. What I prefer to use is another service called replicate.com. It hosts a whole bunch of these latest models, not just Nano Banana, but a whole bunch of others as well that you can explore. Text to speech, image, text, a whole bunch. We're not going to go there. And you have a nice little playground where I can just play around with the whole thing as well. Play around with the prompts, easy. I've already signed up with an account. I've already topped up with some $10 as well. What we need after here is go to this API section and then all this. And all I can need to do is Control A, Control C, and I'm going to right click and give this as context to the AI agent. I'm going to say, use this to make a plan for how to build the backend for the AI transformation. So I didn't do much. All I did was, well, can you just come up with a plan to build the backend for this AI transformation? What it's probably going to do is I'm going to need to make some API endpoint thingy. And after that, it'll just detail a plan. I have a separate video on key terms that you should know when you're using AI development, because at the end, it just turns into like key terms. Okay. Environment setup. So I'm going to set up the replicate SDK, the environment variable, make an API route. Yeah. And then use some prompts. Okay. And then the front end uploads, API receives images, returns URL, results page, and error handling. Sounds like a legit plan. I'm going to say yes, auto accept all edits as you go along. Just yes, and don't ask again for npm install commands. A lot of people get super shocked about letting AI go wild. AI is quite smart as long as you are following a particular technique. Particularly here is like, let it plan and let it execute the plan. When it comes to complicated business tooling, user like authentication and a whole bunch of backend, of course, you need to be a bit more careful there. But for our simple micro SaaS in our current version 0.1 MVP stage, we don't need to get complicated about it. We haven't connected our replicate account to this place. And the way to do that is, see this .env.local? It's like replicate this, your API token here. That's the way to do this. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to get Claude to do it. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go reveal this. Don't worry. I will rotate this token by the time this tutorial is published. By the way, one nice thing with Claude Code, which is one of the reasons I like it as well, I can queue up commands as well. Use this replicate token, please. Place it in the environment. So I press enter, and that's just in the queue. When it's done with the backend plan implementation and whatnot, it will just like, okay, let me just write this file as well. All it actually does is just make a .env file and literally places this. Well, it's already placed this ticket. Yeah. So was it done with the previous thingy? It wasn't done with the previous thing. It's kind of like, oh, you know what? Just let me just do this first and let me continue with the rest as I go along. Nice junior developer. Oh, it started to go ahead and create the results page as well. I thought I'd have to ask it separately to make the results page, but it's like, you know what? Let me just add the results page while I'm here anyways. The magic, I'll be honest, is in the PRD. If this says 3 image, 4 image, responsive, these terms, these words here, all this PRD is what is making it consistent. It has like, okay, the landing page, the processing screen, the results page, interesting notes around prompt as well. Monetization is for future. I have a feeling it may be kind of, sort of, almost done by this time now. But let's wait. Yep, npm run build. So yeah, yes, and don't ask me again for this particular command. It found some errors when it ran the npm run build command, and it's gonna try and like fix those errors by itself now. It looks like it's trying to run the build again to see if it's completely finished with error, and just double check. I'll just let it be. Found some more errors. It's gonna try and fix them. It's these little things like this apostrophe had to be written as like this, and it's nothing serious or anything. But yeah, this is why AI agents are better. They're just like, okay, let me check. Oh, not running. Okay, let me fix it. Okay, now it's running. I feel like this time it's not getting like a whole bunch of errors, and it seems to be building now. Yeah, so it said, let me run the dev server and test it. Yes, and let's see. Open in browser. Let's upload our selfie, and let's see what happens. Transformation cooking. Creating the desert safari, the Burj Khalifa one, the Lamborghini one. And we have our first error. Fantastic. It's not really working. It's not loading the right images. There's something weird about the like object thingy here. So it's made some type of error. But yeah. So now I'm just gonna basically say it isn't really working. Can you root cause? So let's see. I'm gonna go here, right click, copy here. I tried uploading my selfie. It didn't work. It redirected me to this URL. There's a few tricks that are possible here. One is I can check the console log for like if there's some console errors. I pass those errors as context, or I just like tell it, can you please root cause? Okay. So I just press enter and see if it manages to figure out what the issue is. I've actually built the application, so I think I know the issue. I can see the issue because I've seen it get stuck on it. But generally, to explain how debugging works, it's like, okay, try and see the behavior and try and describe it as best as I can to the AI agent so that it can double check its code and realize, oh, actually the code is slightly broken. All right, so Claude has worked its magic. Now we want to run it. In this particular case, it didn't want to run the dev server for us to test. So we can run the dev server ourselves. That's something we should be familiar and comfortable doing. I'm looking for this little plus icon here, plus, and that's a new terminal. All I need is npm run dev. So that's going to start a server in the cloud for me to like test it. I click this open browser thingy, and let's see if our app is now working. Okay, so I'm going to upload my selfie again, and let's see if this time it works. Safari C, Burj Khalifa. It worked. Ooh, I look weird in shorts. I never wear shorts, and I don't really wear sunglasses either. And well, I'll be honest, that is creepy, but in a fun way as well. Okay. What did we just end up doing? We started with a blank no SaaS, and now we've got a SaaS. Does this work? Yeah, I was able to download it. I was able to download this. Does this? Yeah, copy URL, share. Oh, it's opening Twitter. So that URL is my code space server, not really the thing that I want. It's not deployed. This is like my GitHub code space, not deployed on a real server yet for other people to use. That's what we're going to do next. I can tune the prompt. Where can I tune the prompt? Where is the prompt, please? Let's actually take a look at the prompt. I have no idea where the prompt is, but it's like, okay, so it's here, API, route, open file in editor. The prompts are in this. Here they are. Yeah, here. Transform the person into wearing elegant traditional white kandura, camel, and okay. Place the person smart casual, beach luxury casual. Yeah, so if I want to edit the prompts, I can do them here. And I just like edit it and press save. Should be fine. Now, what's the next step? We want to deploy this thing. Okay. So first thing we're going to do commit, please, and push. These are some magic words. The magic words mean save this. All of these changes that we just did, nothing was saved. Okay. So commit and push, well, save this and push it to Git. Okay. So we need all our work to be saved. And once it's all saved, just let it, yes, do it. Once it's all saved, we need to host this code on some public server. Right now, we were working in GitHub's development code space environment. Now we want to deploy it somewhere in production. A whole bunch of ways to do that. My personal favorite is to use a service called railway.com. It allows us to easily host. All I have to do is connect my GitHub account to Railway and it just works. There's nothing complicated about it. I'll just do that right now. So deploy a new project, link GitHub repo, Habibi, Habibi Dubai. So yeah, it's initializing. And one thing I do need to do is I have to give it the environment variable for replicate. What happened here? The contents next pack failed. Initial commit. Oh, it hasn't saved. That was the problem. So click yes. Claude was just waiting for me to press yes to push it, actually save things. Yeah, so Habibi Dubai is now building because it detected that a new change was happened. Implement complete Habibi Dubai repo. All I have to do is wait a bit, but I have to set these things called variables. All right. Now these variables, environment variables, is what that magic token was, which connected my replicate account, this one, to my railway account. So all I have to do is click this new variable, add the base, which is replicate API token. Where did it go? And the value, which is this one. Add, deploy, and it will apply this one change as well. All I have to do is wait now, I think. So because this is about to build and deploy. Oh, it may actually go into something called build errors. I don't know if we actually, can you please check for build errors? If it does find some, I'll just add it to commit and push, and then it will just ask Railway to build the thing again. This is some weird artifact thingy that sometimes happens. I've seen it with Claude, but then in many cases it goes away. On rare cases, I have to just close Claude and just open a new terminal and do something like Claude/resume so that it resumes my thread. Resume is a nice feature of Claude. I don't think it's there yet in other environments at the moment. But let's see, where did this build thingy go? So yeah, just need to. Usually it takes like a couple of minutes. Doesn't take long. I will fiddle with some settings here, but that's me trying to be conservative settings. And yeah, I need to scale this down. I don't need 32 CPUs for this type of application. 8 are fine. And I need to take this serverless so that the cost scales down to 0 and scales up when traffic comes, because there's no point paying bills for all of this. So I need to enable serverless. And the third thing was I need to just give it a domain. Yeah, generate a domain. What's the port of this thing? You know what? Let me just generate. I have a feeling it'll pick something. Was it 8080? I think it's 8080 for this next application. Well, but that's something where these logs will tell us. Yeah, 8080. That thingy, 8080, that's the one I needed to configure. So this thing is up. Did I have to deploy it? Yeah, let me just deploy this because I want server, but I think it's up. I think it's just scaling down 32 cores to 8 cores. Let's see if our replicate. So this is not our random URL github.dev. This is now other people can use it. Let's just double sure. Well, you know what? Let me just open this in incognito and private. Yep, it works here. Let me just upload a photo. Photo, open, transform. This is going to be exciting if it. Usually, when things work in a single shot, I'm like surprised and scared about AI both at the same time. I was like, am I still going to be in jobs? Oh boy, it worked. Yeah. So it works. Creepy, but works. That's it, I guess. So if you want me to add more features to this app, drop a comment below. And if you want to learn more and want to take things to the next level, join our school community. I've got an even more in-depth course going from a zero to a more comprehensive production SaaS build with a more comprehensive backend and database. We do live Q&A calls. There's approximately 100 other founders building and learning AI-assisted development as we go along.